All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, real quick, just going to show off my new skin. I grabbed a couple skins on a website and just kind of customized it so it's unique. I like it. There's a few things that I wouldn't mind changing still, but for now it'll work. Um, Anyways, to get down to business, I have in my hand a book with my goals for today's episode. Um, and actually, before we get to that, I will say I did get my Datapack started, and I got it loaded on here, and I'm really happy with it. And I've got a lot of work to do still. It's going well, but at the same time, I've just barely scratched the surface, and I'll go over some of those changes with you here in a minute. Um, but for my goals today, I want to get all the tree types. I want to be able to start building with all of them. So I've got some adventuring to do that. Also, I have no cows, pigs, sheep, or chicken on this island. I was lucky to get those wolves, but other than the turtles and the bees, I thought I was lucky to get the bees, but at the same time, um, I could have just grown a tree next to a flower. So, eh, not super lucky in that regard. It did get me started on it a little sooner, which was nice, but I mean, realistically, it wasn't necessary. Um, but I do want to get cows, pigs, sheep, and chicken. If not all of them, at least the sheep and the chicken. The last thing is villagers for trading. I want to bring over a couple villagers and start getting a setup going for trading, because I was able to get myself some good gear in the last episode, which I've even upped it since then. This helmet is not too shabby. The respiration has been really nice when I'm out in the water. Um, and then the depth strider has been amazing as well. Got to get that in diamond at some point though. But anyways, I've got some stuff here to show you some of those recipes that I was talking about, and then we will get on our way to get those goals done. So I'm just going to jump down here and show you some of these recipes. So the main thing that I did was redstone, and they may not all show up. I still have to figure out how to unlock the recipes in the recipe book based on the items that you have in your inventory. From what I've seen, it looks like everything that I added is showing up here, but I don't know if in a new world with the data pack loaded up from the get-go, I don't know if that would end up working as I would hope. So I'll be looking into that, and once I get that more figured out, I'll definitely make it available for anyone who's interested. But anyways, just some of the changes that I made involve block size. For example, the repeater on a stone slab instead of 3 blocks. I mean, really, does it take that much stone to make a single repeater? No, it doesn't. So that's some of what I was working on, as well as so you can see here again the use of slabs instead of full blocks. And this is an example of another thing that I did, is on the texture for a lot of these, you have this break in pattern. So, this looks like cobblestone. this looks like smooth stone. So I tried to represent that in the crafting recipes as well. So you see here we've got smooth stone slabs and then cobblestone slabs on top. And then just a slight redesign for a lot of these. The same goes for the dropper, just without the bow. The piston, same deal. Slabs instead of full blocks. It's more real, slightly more realistic in the quantity of materials being used. And then I did a couple other things too. The major focus, the major rule of thumb being, in order to get a redstone signal from something, like a stone button or a pressure plate, I feel like there needs to be redstone in the recipe. So I went ahead and did that. And I tried to keep the realism in terms of quantity of material as well. So you'll see here that 1 stone will give me 8 buttons. And then for pressure plates, I used a slab. It gives me 2 pressure plates because that seems realistic to me, and again, requires redstone. Tripwire hook. Right now this is a shaped recipe in this configuration. I have mixed feelings about it. I like the original, the planks, stick, and iron. Only issue I have is I want to be able to craft it in a 2x2. So I did it this way, and like I said, I have mixed feelings, but I'm going to leave it for now. Lever, again, same recipe as before, but it requires redstone. And does the original recipe give you 1 or 2? I don't even remember. But I feel like for the amount of materials going in, it should give 2. Let's see. Note block is an interesting one. I feel like with this one, I did it based on the texture. And based on the texture, this is jungle wood, and it only works with jungle wood. So I thought that's something that just kind of stands out as unique for certain items. The tripwire hook, it actually requires oak planks because the texture of the hook itself is reminiscent of the oak wood. I think I did the same for pistons. It only works for oak. Another one that I know is specific, it's not going to show up in the recipe because I don't have quartz yet, is the daylight sensor. That one I have requiring dark oak because the texture of the final piece is actually dark. So I thought that was something that I liked the idea of it, so I ran with it, and I honestly have no problem with the requirement of a specific type of wood to get a specific item. It kind of makes it feel like a regional thing. Like the jungle is where you can go to find music. The dark oak forest. I know that's not the name. I can't think of it at the moment, but that biome, it's dark. You get mobs spawning. Daylight sensor. It feels right. So I went ahead and stuck with that. And like I said, I like it. I might make 2 versions of the data pack for anyone who doesn't like the idea of that. But yeah, just some cool changes, at least in my opinion. And like I said, I will at some point in the future make that available for download. I'm going to sleep. So look out for that. If you're interested, I'll make it known that that stuff is ready once it is. And then I'm working on other data packs as well. And again, I might make them available in like a lump sum, like an entire data pack and then also a like piece by piece. So if you only want the redstone recipes, you can get the redstone recipes. If you only like the other big one that I have planned is a 2x2 crafting for things like stairs, slabs, doors, things that normally require a 3x3 for like building blocks. I think building blocks, when you have an inventory full of stuff and you want a door, it's just a pain to go over to a crafting table. So but yeah, I have a lot of ideas for the crafting recipes, but I was also just made aware of some of the other capabilities of Datapacks. So looking forward to all that, and I'll keep you guys updated. Now, this is something you guys probably, I don't think I've shown this at all. I've mentioned it, but basically there's a zombie spawner in here, and I've just been coming down here with a sword, and this is where I've been grinding for experience. They just sit here. I kill them for the experience. It all bundles up right here along with their drops. And yeah, so there's that. And then right over here, there is also a another spawner that I was able to find, and so I found this spider spawner actually a while back, roughly the same time that I found the zombie spawner, and this mine shaft, abandoned mine shaft, the area that led me to this spawner was actually completely disconnected from the area that had that spawner. So it took me a long time to find that spawner there, and as it happens, they're close enough. So I'm going to have a dual spider spawner going here. One cave, one normal spider. So that's a project that I'm looking forward to, especially combining the two. Figuring out how to take the 2x2 spider and having them, processed in a way alongside of the cave spiders. But I'm gonna head back up to the surface and then get started on my goals. So the tree saplings, I've got to, well, I know that, what do I have so far? I have the birch and the oak, and then I actually had a wandering trader come through with a deal for spruce. So I already have the spruce saplings as well, which leaves acacia and dark oak and jungle. I know that there's a jungle, I believe it's to my south, and then there's a desert to the north. I think that there's a savanna nearby, but I haven't actually looked at that map in a long time, so I can't remember. And then the dark oak. I actually don't know where that's at, so I'll see if I can find it without checking the map. But I think I'm gonna start by heading. I think the jungle's in that direction, and that's the one that I want to get first, because I have a feeling that the dark oak is over there as well. And I also got the vines from that wandering trader. I've started a collection of llamas. My dogs are over there. This is for converting zombie villagers if they happen to spawn, which, I had a couple bad experiences with that. Couldn't keep them from despawning in the last episode. I think I ended up cutting that footage out. But anyways, I will get in the boat, go on my long journey, and I will get back to you guys once I get there. And it is going to be a while, because I don't know if I've mentioned, but this is a large biomes world. So it's going to take me a bit to cross this ocean. It is rather large. So I will get back with you soon. Alright, so I just hit land. Yeah, that was pretty far, I have to admit. But it looks like I landed in a swamp. On the way, I stopped off at a few shipwrecks and underwater ruins and got some good stuff. I think one of these treasure maps is a duplicate. The rest of them are new, which is actually pretty cool. I got a couple empty maps. This one I just used. Very interesting map, I have to admit. But yeah, some good stuff. The emeralds are really nice, considering I want to get villagers going. And then as of right now, shipwrecks are my only source of feathers, so I really need to find a chicken and bring it back with me, or at least stick around long enough to get some eggs. But anyways, I hit a swamp. I want to say that the jungle is supposed to be that way. I mean, my island is basically straight north, and I did kind of think it was a little bit off to the side. So just kind of set up camp here for now. I think I'm going to take the rest by land. Or maybe not. I'm going to make myself a new boat, and if I die, I'll respawn back here with some stuff. So more boat rides ahead. Alright, so I just found my first thing on the checklist. Just working on getting them into the boat, and I will come back for them later. They are being really difficult, and I really wish I would have thought to bring some leads. Honestly, I don't have string on me, of course. I got slime balls back at that little outpost I just made, but I really need leads. I'm a little upset that I managed to forget that. Would be super helpful in this situation. So I'm gonna keep working on wrangling these guys. Alright, so I broke down. I checked the map. I've been at this for ever now, and I didn't see any signs of the jungle. I was starting to worry that I had gone too far, and I haven't. I really did underestimate the size of the biomes. It's pretty intense. So I'm on the way there now. It's just a little bit further in that direction. I wasn't finding it because I was expecting it to be on the shoreline, and it's not. So I remembered that incorrectly. It's inland by quite a bit. But I came across this village, so I'll just checking it out on the way. This, I don't believe, is going to be the closest village to me, so I'm not going to grab villagers here. I did, however, find a chicken, and I lured him into my boat, just back in that direction. So I'm probably going to take him home, and then come back at some other point for the cows and sheep and pigs once I have leads, so that I can take them all at once. Just so that I don't have to make the trip back and forth so many times, because it is ridiculously far. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this just because I want it, and I'm just gonna keep heading towards that jungle for the sapling and the I'm actually had to do a bamboo jungle, so bamboo forest, whatever it's called, so I can get the bamboo while I'm there. But yeah, going well, but way further than I originally gave it credit for. Alright, I made it. I've already chopped down a couple jungle trees. I completely forgot about melons and cocoa beans, so I'm glad I saw those while I was here. And then I just saw some bamboo. There it is. Once I grab that, I should be good to go. Might grab a couple more saplings just to be on the safe side, but step one is complete. Alright, so I am just getting back from that trip out to the jungle. I have to admit, I got a pretty good haul of loot, and you know, the jungle saplings, the bamboo, a lot of iron, good amount of gold, and I got my chicken. So I'll get him laying eggs here, but I've got to head out to the next destination. I got to keep getting what's it called? Saplings. So I still need the dark oak, which I'm still not entirely sure where to get that, and the acacia, which I do know that there's a desert. I believe it's in that direction, and I believe there was a savanna right near it. So that should be a pretty easy trip. At some point I have to get the rest of the animals that I captured. I've got cows and sheep in boats down there. I may end up bringing them from up there, just depending on how things go. I will make sure to bring my leads with me. So yeah, let's keep going. Alright, so I just raided that village back there, gathered a couple of these acacia saplings up, and grabbed a sheep to take back with me. On my way though, I believe there's a sunflower forest in this direction, so I'm going to go try to find that real quick and then take the sheep back home with my acacia saplings. Alright, so now that I've got the cows, sheep, cactus, and the acacia saplings, I went ahead and put those away. All I need is the dark oak. I still need pegs, and then villagers. So I went ahead and looked at the map. There is a village on an island in that direction, and the roofed forest is just past that swamp that I was actually at earlier. So that's where I'll be headed next. Alright, so I think that will just about do it for this episode. Looks like I got all my goals completed. Get all the tree saplings. I'll show you those in a second. Cows, pigs, sheep, and chicken are right over there. Sheep, cows, pigs, and then the chicken is actually in a box right there at the corner of my head. He's laying eggs for me. And then the villagers I just tucked away in that little space there until I can get them set up to start making more. So thanks for watching. And in between episodes, I'm going to work on some more Datapack stuff for the next episode, as well as get a lot of this set up really going. Start working on builds with those tree saplings, which just remembered I said I'd show you. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, dark oak's here. There we go. Alright. See you later.